Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha. And had you ever wished to buy your favorite stock at a desired discount price and do you want to get paid for it? So there is one method in which you can do so, and that is called the cash secured put. Now, a couple of days ago, I published a video on the covered call strategy, which is something similar, not exactly, but the exact opposite of that is the cash secured put. Now, the terminology sounds pretty heavy, but the concept is pretty simple, and I don't think that I need to explain a lot on this. So, this will relatively be a short video. So, without further ado, let's begin. Some important points before we discuss about this. So, similar to the covered call strategy, this also needs a higher margin, and you need to buy minimum quantity of shares that are in one lot of your particular favorite stock. And this strategy is again suitable for a value investor, one who obviously has a higher margin, and you can get paid to wait till the right opportunity comes. So we'll discuss that with an example in the upcoming slides as well. And the third point, which is pretty obvious, is you want to do this only with the stock which you want to hold in your long term portfolio. So, as mentioned, that you need to do this with your favorite stock, so you should be willing to hold that particular stock in your long-term portfolio. The next point is that the margin requirement may be between 5 lakhs to 10 lakh rupees, and this is just a generic estimate, and it may vary, it may be less, it may be more, but again, it depends on the stock and the lot size of that particular stock. A very quick recap on the stock option settlement. So, for every put option that you sell and it becomes in the money at expiry, you are required to take the delivery of that particular stock. And for every call option you sell and that becomes in the money at expiry, you are required to give the delivery of that particular stock. So, let's go to the next slide. Now, one of the main questions which comes to our mind is how do I select the strike price? So the strike price can be selected in multiple ways. The first one could be it could be manually selected. So if you have a personal preference that you want to buy a particular stock at some particular price, you can sell the put of that particular strike price. If not, you can do it based on the intrinsic value calculation. So if you're a value investor, there are multiple ways to calculate the intrinsic value of a particular stock. There are many ways like the Benjamin Graham formula, there could be the discounted cash flow method, and there are a lot many ways as well. But this might not always be practically feasible because it might be possible that the theoretical intrinsic value that you get for a particular stock using some sort of a model is not that liquid. Or let's say, for example, that Reliance is currently trading at 2030 and the intrinsic value of Reliance, according to your model, comes out to be at 1300. So you will get no premium or almost negligible premium if you sell the put option of 1300. So this might not be practically feasible always. The next one could be using support or resistance. Although this one is not that favorable because I am assuming that this particular strategy is for long term investors. And the fourth one is using the implied volatility. This I already covered in the covered call video. So if you have a look at this particular video, I have talked about this particular method on how you can get the monthly range for a particular stock, rather the expected monthly range for a particular stock. I mentioned that it's not a holy grail, and you can also use that to look at the lower bound of a particular stock. Now, let's take an example. Let's say that Reliance is currently trading at 2030 and the lot size of Reliance is 250. Now, let's say a value investor wants to buy Reliance at 1900. So, what he would do according to this particular strategy is that he would sell the 1900 put option of Reliance of the current expiry or maybe of the next expiry, depends. And the current market price of the 1900 put option for the April expiry of Reliance is 19.5 rupees. Now, scenario one is that Reliance expires above 1900. In that scenario, the investor makes the premium receive, which is 19.5, multiplied by the lot size, which is 250. So he makes an income of roughly about 4,875 rupees. In scenario 2, if Reliance expires on or below 1900, actually this should be below 1900. So the put option becomes in the money at expiry, in which case you are required to take the delivery, and then you need to buy the 250 shares of Reliance at 1900. So you get your desired price, which was 1900, and you have to buy the 250 shares, so you are happy. And along with that, you also receive this particular premium, which is 19.5 multiplied by 250. So in this way, you can buy your favorite stock at a particular price, and until that price comes, you can patiently wait and you can get paid for waiting in the form of premium. So you can sell the put option, you can wait. If at all it comes or it expires below that, or in other words, your put option becomes in the money, you happily take the delivery, because remember, you agreed that 1900 is a good buy for Reliance for long term, and you agreed to buy 250 shares at that particular price. You also get the premium for that. And if not, you happily take the premium and enjoy. So there is a better way to do this, which is called the wheel strategy, which is a really common strategy to generate rental income. So what you do is, there is no rocket science. You basically keep selling put options every month for your particular stock until you get the delivery of the underlying stock. That's pretty simple. Now, what you do once you get the delivery, you start selling covered calls until your call expires in the money and you have to give delivery. So, let's say, for example, that Reliance is currently trading at 2030. Now, what you do is you simply sell the put option of 1900 of this particular month. Now, let's say that Reliance expires above 1900. So you get to keep all the premium which you collected for the 1900 put option. And now next month, you again sell. And let's say that next month Reliance trades at 2100. So this time you sell the 2000 put option of Reliance. Now again, Reliance expires above 2000. So you get to keep all the premium. Now let's talk about the third month. In third month, let's say that Reliance is trading at 2200 and you sell the put option of 2100. Now, what happens in the third month is that on expiry, Reliance expires below 2100, or in other words, your put option becomes in the money. Now, in such a scenario, you are required to take the delivery of Reliance at a rate of 2100, and you need to take a delivery of 25 of 250 shares. And now, once you have the 250 shares of Reliance at a rate of 2100, for the next month, you start selling calls. So basically, let's say you sell a call of 2300, and if that expires below 2300, you get to keep all the premium. So I hope you understand that this way you are in a wheel of cycle, and basically you start selling put option, and then until it becomes in the money, you keep on selling that and collecting the premium. Once you get the delivery, you keep on selling the call option, and in this way you keep on eating the premium every month until the above happens. And once you exit, you repeat the procedure again to generate a good stream of monthly rental income for yourselves. I hope this video was clear to you and you hopefully gained something out of it. If you did, please consider pressing the like button. And if you're new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Have a good day, take care, and bye bye.